Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I wanted to just do a little bit of a ramble and just go into one of these videos with absolutely no idea of what I'm going to say, no preordained plan, figuring it out, no nothing, right? So I just did a video, sat at this exact location, about small talk, and I did probably about a 15-minute video about small talk, and I was really happy with it, right? And then I get up and I go on my phone, right, which I'm recording the audio into. It turns out it wasn't recording. It wasn't recording. It was a really good take. It was a really good little video. I might even put it on Patreon just with the camera audio because it was really good, and I'm really irritated that I don't have it anymore. So I thought, rather than just, because I tried to do it again, right? I tried to do the video again and it just wasn't working, right? Because I've said the thing. Now I have to wait for maybe a few days before I can talk about the idea of small talk again. So I'm gonna have to talk about something else in this video, and just that's the whole point of what this one is it's just no ideas, no having an idea that I want to extrapolate on and figure out beforehand and then use the video as a way of actually figuring it out. I figure this one could just be a little bit of a hangout, where we just sort of talk about whatever there is to talk about. So with that video, this doesn't happen very often, by the way. It's only happened a few times, but whenever it happens, it's really, really irritating because, and I think this has been the most irritating because it was probably the best take that never got, recorded properly. I've done other ones where the video wasn't all that great anyway, so it's not that much loss, so I don't really mind. But this one, it was a really good video. It was really good. It would have been one of my best videos. And I'm quite sad that it's not actually there. And there's something about just, that fact of failure, the fact that it didn't go according to plan, that just kind of sets you back, and makes you sort of feel like, oh God, it makes you want to give up, right? Failure makes you want to give up. Failure, for me at least, doesn't drive me to try harder. Failure to me almost does the opposite and makes me want to sort of crawl down and just sort of like curl up. But it shouldn't. That's a bad way of, handling stress and handling bad things happening to you and failure and stuff like that. It's not the right way to proceed, right? It just isn't. And I feel like if we can accept that, then we're doing quite well. And see, this is the thing with this video, is that there isn't any particular topic that I want to talk about. There's nothing I want to cover. There's no thing that I want to get across. No message that I want to put to indict onto you. There's just talking, just figuring out some kind of thing to say, because I don't think there's anything wrong with having nothing to say. If you don't have anything to say, then you don't have to say anything. And in this video, I'm not saying anything in particular. I'm just kind of going through the motions. This is what the motions are for these videos. I've done like 250 odd of these videos at this point. So this is basically just one of those videos, but without any idea, without any concept at all. And I just thought that would be kind of interesting to sort of do, just to give it a try. I don't think it's going particularly well, but so what? Not everything has to go particularly well. Failure can happen, and you shouldn't let failure set you back, even though I have just literally said that it does set me back, right? I am a hypocrite with a lot of the stuff that I say, but I know that what I'm saying is the right thing to say. I know that my brain agrees with it, right? I don't say anything that my brain disagrees with, right? I try and portray a worldview that is constructive and helpful to people, to help them sort of come up with their own little ideas about the world. And you can disagree with me on whatever, I'm a disagreeable person, I can get very into my ideas and get like, lost in my own ideas, and then realise after the fact that I wasn't actually saying anything of any worth. I've watched a couple of these videos back. Some of them are really good and they make the point quite well, but I watched one, and there was one where I was ill, and that was kind of the point of the video, like, don't let being ill and stuff set you back. And I get that point, but I stretch it into this like 15-minute long tirade of just pure nonsense. There's nothing of value being said in that video, just like there's nothing of value being said in this video. But at the same time, why should that get in the way of things, right? I feel like I've been told by people that what they like about this stuff is the fact that I just hit record and just begin, right? They don't like, they like the fact that I'm not, targeting SEO and specific target demographic audiences and stuff. I'm just speaking my mind, and like this is the most speaking my mind video that you're going to get, because like I am just speaking my mind, but there's not much on my mind at the moment, other than the fact that I'm a bit annoyed that this video didn't work. I'm just frustrated is all, because it was a really good video, and I had little, like, you know, scenarios playing out, and I had this whole like concept of medium talk. So you know how there's small talk, right, which is, you know, oh, what's the weather like and all that sort of stuff. And then there's big talk, which is all, you know, what are your thoughts on death, what are your thoughts on the world and stuff. And then there's medium talk, right, which is kind of in the middle, which is sort of, you know, you're a bit more in depth than small talk, and there's still like jokes and stuff laden throughout, but it's not quite as philosophically dense and challenging and sort of serious as big talk is. You know, you might not be talking about like the future of civilization and the uprising of AI or you know, Nietzschean philosophy or whatever, but you're still sort of tackling some kind of ideas. You know, like, oh, how's so-and-so doing? Ah, they're really depressed at the moment. Ah, that's terrible, right? You extrapolate that into a 10-minute conversation, that's kind of medium, that's what medium talk is. Medium talk doesn't have to be gossip, by the way, it can be whatever. It's just whatever's between small talk and big talk, essentially, right? And you need a bit of both with all of them. That was kind of the point of the video. But with this video, the point of it is just to ramble, just to go through and just sort of, I'm just sort of looking around, seeing what's sort of here for inspiration. I mean, the trees are all very, you know, brown and dead, and I can see some bird nests in a few of them. I like seeing bird nests in trees, it's kind of satisfying. Seeing a few birds in a few of them. There's a couple seagulls. Isn't it weird that seagulls are so much bigger than pigeons? That's one thing I'm really glad about, that I'm not a bird, because I don't want to have to be dealing with a bird that's like 400 times the size of me. Like if I was a little sparrow, I don't want to be having to deal with an ostrich, or okay, more realistically, a swan. I don't want to be dealing with that. If I was a hummingbird, then a duck would terrify me. It just, I wouldn't like it. Right? I don't want to be a dog either, because I don't like the idea of being a chihuahua and then, you know, having to get it off of a Great Dane and then create like some great chihuahua thing. I hate that. I wouldn't be up for that. And that's kind of where my mind tends to gravitate towards if I have no other stimuli to sort of you know, push it in some specific direction. It's just sort of thinking stuff based on what you see, and then trying to convert your sensory intake into some kind of point. So I don't know what the point was with that bird thing. I'm just kind of observing it. I'm in a park at the moment, like a little playground sort of thing. I've done a couple videos here. This is the third video that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm really irritated that that one on small talk didn't work, because it was really good as well. It was really fucking good. Just frustrating that, because this is basically what these videos are. I feel like this is kind of like taking the magic out of the videos, because now you're seeing basically like the behind the scenes almost, but it looks exactly the same. It's like, say you like a band, right? And then you find a version of their song, but it's just like the bass is isolated. That's kind of what this video is. It's just the ramble, but without the point at the center of it. And I feel like that's something that is there. It's just kind of the point of this video, that there is no point. And that's fine for a one-off thing. I'm not going to do this again, don't worry. But maybe call this like a Christmas special, or I don't know, Valentine's Day special, or whatever holiday is around. One of those. Holidays are a bit weird, aren't they? I mean, I do like them, like how we sort of all come together for one like specific thing. I was thinking this actually the other day. You know how there's kind of corporate sort of induced ones? Like Valentine's Day is kind of a good example of one, where it's kind of like a load of corporations look at like an old sort of story and go, oh, we should bring that back and use it as a way of selling like cards and stuff. And people go, oh yeah, that's a good idea in the little meeting. And now suddenly you go everywhere and there's like Valentine's Day stuff everywhere. But you know, when Valentine's Day comes around, I like to sort of go, oh, it's Valentine's Day, it's so cute, and all that sort of stuff. You know, so even though it is corporatized and it is like, you know, not natural in that way, but then Christmas isn't natural either. You know, in the same sort of way. Easter's not natural. They're all sort of corporatized, but some are just have been being done for longer, but it's like, I wasn't around in the 1300s for their Christmases, so why should I give a shit? What difference between Christmas and Valentine's Day is there, just because they weren't celebrating it 700 years ago? Well, now we are. What's wrong with that? Like, at some point, I figure there's going to be the last Christmas, right, where like we all sort of agree, right, we're bored of this Christmas thing. We've been doing it every day for like 8,000 years at this point in the future. We've been doing it for 8,000 years. Are we going to keep doing it? Right, every year, right? Maybe they'll start doing a Christmas every like 4 or 5 years, or maybe it will like just slowly fade into irrelevance, and people won't really bother with it anymore. Like bonfire night, for instance. I feel like people aren't bothering with bonfire night as much as they used to. Maybe at some point they'll just get bored of doing bonfire night and just stop celebrating it, and that'll be fine, because what's wrong with that? A new holiday can come around. Diwali does the same thing. It's fireworks, isn't it? That's the whole point. And if there's another thing that does fireworks, I don't see what we're missing out on. Yeah, I know there's all the lore to the fucking, you know, bonfire night, Guy Fawkes and all that stuff, but so what? That's still there. I can still go on Wikipedia and look up Guy Fawkes. What did he do? Not great stuff. He tried to bomb Parliament, right? That's not great. So, all right, Diwali, I don't know what Diwali's all about, but it's a different thing. It's just a different story. And it's not like when bonfire night comes around, it's like there's some guy that just sits and tells you the story again. I've heard the story, I know the story. He was knocking about underground, and they tried to put all the bombs in underground, the dynamite. But then some lad found it by accident, and they didn't end up blowing up Parliament. And he got done, got strung up in the Tower of London. I know that's not exactly how it works, but to be honest, I don't care that much about bonfire night. It's fucking irritating with all these fireworks and stuff going off. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like fireworks. If we could do a firework with nothing going off, just no big booms that scare dogs and stuff like that. Just pack it in for all that. Irritating. We don't need it. And yeah, that's kind of all this video is really, is just sort of figuring out like some kind of point, some kind of salient message to the center of it. And there isn't one. And that's fine. There doesn't have to be a message to everything. Not every bit of art has to have some underlying message to it or some point that it needs to convey. Sometimes it can just be fun just to try it, see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. This one didn't work, that's fine. But you know what? What's wrong with that? Why does every little film or TV show, whatever, need some kind of message behind it? Why can't it just be entertainment? Entertainment is nice. Why we're not always set out to like stimulate our brains. Sometimes we just want a little bit of stimulation. We want the McDonald's of art, and this is basically what that is. So if you enjoyed this little McDonald's of art, then please let me know in the comments about it. Tell me sort of like what you liked and what you didn't like about this video, bar the fact that it was all over the place and rambly, because that was the point. And I knew that I was doing that. And if you didn't like that, then that's kind of a you problem with this one. But in general, I don't do that. I do try and have an actual structure and a reason for making a video. But this one, it's just because I did that video on small talk and it didn't work. So, because I wasn't recording it. And it's just really fucking frustrating, man. It was a good video as well. I liked it. So, yeah. I don't have anything else to say really, so leave your comments below about small talk if you want. Actually, don't leave your comments about small talk, because I'm still going to do the video on small talk. I just won't do it today. I'll do it in a couple of weeks when I have when I've forgotten about this, when it's not like the first thing on my mind. And yeah, hope you have a good rest of the day, everybody. Take care, love you all, and yeah, sorry this one was just literally no point to it whatsoever, but yeah, what are you going to do? Sometimes it's kind of like that, and it's fun to do that. Maybe people will like this one the best, I don't know. They probably won't, but if they do, I'll be surprised. And sometimes you get surprised. No one expected loads of things to happen. So yeah, take care everybody, bye-bye.